Hey fam, hey friends, your girl is back. Nkechi Ejikume on Who Cares to Care. How are we all doing? I hope we are fine. I hope we are great. I hope we are brilliant. It's always nice to be back. Okay, today I'm back with a topic I've titled Married in a Coffin. It's actually a reaction video from the video my darling sister Stella Damascus uploaded a while ago on Instagram. Just a 2-minute video, but everybody went off the hook, especially the men. There was a pandemonium in town. Everywhere caught fire just for that 2-minute clip. Why? Because the table was turned. And well, by the way, if you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Nkechi Ejikume on Who Cares to Care. This is the channel where we roll. This is where we keep things real. This is where we make things happen. This is where we bring our problems and we get it solved. This is where we bring our problems and we have hope. This is where we bring our problems and we see light at the end of the tunnel. It's as simple as that. No dull moment on this channel. That is how we roll. Okay, back to today's topic. You see, like I said, married in a coffin. I am personally sick and tired of a man and a woman holding their hands together in name of marriage, wedding, wine carrying, everything that comes with it, all the shenanigans, and walk into a home to live as husband and wife or whatever they do nowadays. And at the end of the day, by the time you say Jack Robinson, the woman is brought out in a coffin. What happened? Can somebody tell me what happened in between? On that video my sister uploaded, that the lady came back to her house and met her husband with a woman in her house. They started insulting her. The man wanted to beat her, and she in turn beat the living daylight out of the man's eyes, and everybody went ballistic. Everybody, especially the men, because it was not normal. You know, it feels right when it is always the man that batters the woman in a relationship, in marriages and all that. One time the table turned, everybody, especially men, were going mad. It is very painfully common in my society where the man just wakes up and continually battering the woman. If you are broke, you batter your woman. If you are frustrated, you batter your wife. If you are, in fact, even girlfriends, they batter, let alone wife. And you, the woman, what are you still there? What are you still doing there? You're not even married and you're being battered and you're still there. I'll come to that. Especially those ones. Okay, children, it's in. Okay, please, women, learn some skills. I echo it again. A skills not to fight your husband, not to beat up anybody, but be enough skilled to be able to disappear, to be able to check out of the door, to be able to defend yourself, to be able to say, you see, even if I have to jump out of the window, depending on where you are, let me jump out of the window and make sure that I am alive first. Okay? You are better alive single than dead married, brought out in a coffin when you walked in with your 2 legs. What manner of rubbish is that? Loud and clear, violence in any relationship, in any marriage, is a no-no in my books. Is a no-no in my books. How can we reconcile being battered and sleeping together? How do you guys do it? Somebody should explain to me. Maybe that's why I'm single today and I'm happily single. I'm happy rather than be in a toxic relationship. I'm rather single and alive and well, enjoying life now, than being married in a coffin. Being brought out in a coffin one morning because I want to be married, whether it's mentally, physically, psychologically, anyhow. Because this abuse happens in so many ways, not just beating. Beating is number one. There are other ones as well that follows it. Violence is a no. Please check out before it's too late. Please check out before you're killed. Please check out before you live in a coffin. Please check out when you can. Please check out when you're still alive and well. Please check out when you still can breathe. Simple. I, Nkechi Ejikume, have said so. End of discussion. What's going on? What is going on? Well, personally, I'm generally sick and tired of women being killed like flies in their marriages. And they remain there because it is a societal norm. We must be married. If you are not married, you have this stigma, and so bloody what about it, for crying out loud. Which one is better? Being dead. People have remained in their marriage and they died. They were beaten to death. And that worries me so much because I don't know how that starts. I don't know how it gets to that. And by the time you know it, the person is killed. Some men will remain animals in the name of being husband. Let's get it clear. I know some women are very strong, can beat some men too. I don't want to support that, but then again, let me leave my comment there. But some men will remain animals in the name of being husbands. Meanwhile, they will go past the streets, past men, their fellow men. They should slap one, and in fact, start with your driver. Deal with your fellow man. Start with some madmen. Start with some madmen like you on the street, so that they would rein you in a bit. No, you come home and start beating the poor woman that you have reduced to nothing. And you, the woman too. Where do I start with you? You too. You too should need you too. Because before a man slaps you, he would have told you, I will slap you. And for me, once a man has said it to you, he's done it, because from the abundance of the heart the mouth speak. He has conceptualized it in his brain. He has lost it, and one day it will happen. From a slap, it continues. Like my sister Sarah said, some men will punch the wall, and he said he punched the wall. He didn't punch me. From the wall, the day he will miss the wall, he will punch your face, and you want to remain in that marriage. Don't give it a second chance, for crying out loud. Don't even let it get to that messy stage. Don't let it get to that sorry stage. Don't let it get to that helpless stage. You can see, you know when it's coming. When the man starts screaming like a madman, just be looking for the door. I'm tired of women dropping. And by the time you have children, for each child you have, part of your life is lost. And this human being that called himself as husband, you'll have given him 3, 4, or 5 children, sometimes 6. And you're there taking the beating. No. Whatever you do, you have to make sure you're financially independent to start with. Because many of us have stayed in that marriage because we are not financially independent. If I go with my children, where do I go? Go somewhere. Go back to your father. Start going back to your father's house. Big deal. Go back to your father's house. Start with that place. And this buttresses one or two things I have said in my previous video before I got to this reaction video. Get tidy. Get a job. Start a business. Do something. Either which way. Don't sit idle in a man's house taking nonsense. Have your own bank account. No matter what people want to do. Have your bank account. When it gets to the stage where your life is going and you can see you will die here, check out. I'm sorry, my voice is loud. It's doing my head in. Because this wife beating, for me, does not exist. I, Nkechi Ejikume, will not take it from any man born of a woman. I have said it before, I say it again without any further contradiction. They have not born the person. You touch my skin, I will jail you. I will jail you. My father will throw away the key. In those days. Simple. Before my father gets to you, I would have jailed you. Then my father now takes the key and throws it into River Niger. And end of discussion. You can't try it. You can't do that. And they know the category of the women where they can beat and batter. And they know the category of women who they can beat and batter. They know. They know. Come and marry me and beat me. And we shall see. My fellow women, whether you are strong to beat that husband, it doesn't matter. You, the men too, rein yourself and your angers in. If you are not matured enough to handle a woman, to marry a woman, do not marry. Remain in your mother's house, swallowing her pounded yam until you mature to be able to deal with a woman. Simple. Women too, if you are in that toxic relationship that wants to take your life, you'll be an idiot to meet God in heaven. If you stay there and this man kills you and you meet God in heaven, God will slap you with both hands and call you a double fool. Simple and short. With all due respect to my loved church, the pastors in my church will not tell you this. But I want to see where in the Bible when they said stay there and be killed. Leave matter. Until then, it's only God that judges. It doesn't matter what anybody feels. Because that God that brought you out alive have seen what you have been through. And that God will restore you. And that God will even give you a second chance if it's what you want. That God is rather you are alive and well than dead. Return back to him useless. Where are the children? What will you tell him? The children he gave you to look after. When he asked you, what happened? I gave you 4 children to look after them. What are you doing here? Their father killed me. And I returned. I rest my case on who cared to care. On who cares to care. So check out while you can. And let the man get help. Because a man that beats his wife needs help. He's sick. And some of the women, the way I understand it, the way I've heard, the ones I've spoken to myself, some are, after being beaten, they are raped on top of it. Name of marriage. Oh, do you mind? Hello. And you're still there. Check out and get some. Let the man get some help. While the man is getting some help, you need some psychological help too, because the trauma. Then return back when he's sane. Return back when his senses is back. Return back when he's ready to be man enough to marry a wife. Return back when he is well, when he's now well, because he needs to be. He needs to be. I'm looking for what to say. He needs his brain rewired. He needs his brain reset. He needs to sort out some things in his head, whether he needs to go to counseling or something. But at least watch from a distance and return back when he's ready to marry. Instead of dying for nothing because you want to marry. Because the society said you must marry. If you're not married now, anyway, on who cares to care. My name remains Nkechi Kume. Thank you and God bless. Love you. Get a life. Bye. See you next week.